What's going on, everybody? How are we doing today? What the fuck? How are we doing today? I got Wendy here because she was crying. So I'm like, what? So, how is everybody doing tonight? Because I got a child. Welcome to Wrestling Memories. So, Bobbitt has decided we're going to redo Bobbitt. He changed his match to Royal Rumble 1992. It's a long match. Royal Rumble is actually, it's like an hour and 2 minutes. I'll do my best. We'll do our best if I can. I mean, it'll be fine. But from there, I'm going to turn it over to Bobbitt. Bobbitt, let's go. Let's talk about, and I'll fill in the blanks as you go, but start talking about the, well, first off, how's everybody else doing? Ronnie and Trek, how are you guys doing?
Doing good.
And Heather, how are you doing? Okay, I'm out of breath for some reason. All right, Bobbitt, let's go. It's all about you, brother.
All right. So, to start off the thing, basically, if you're a new wrestling fan and don't know what the Royal Rumble match is, it's where two people starts off the match, and then as time goes on, more and more people gets added, and all be eliminated by both feet touching the floor after going on the top rope.
Mm-hmm.
AKA the Shawn Michaels rule. Prior to the event, it was announced that the winner of the Royal Rumble match would win the vacant WWE World Heavyweight title.
WWF at the time.
It was stripped of. Yes, but anyway, but it was stripped from the immortal Hulk Hogan after two controversial title switches between Hogan and the Undertaker. First at the 91 Survivor Series, and then the Tuesday in Texas pay-per-view. The then President Jack Tunney gave Hogan and Undertaker an advantage in the random draw to determine the order in which the wrestlers would enter the ring.
Right.
Promising them numbers between 20 and 30.
You're fine. Keep going.
Okay.
Just laughing at Aaron Reed.
Well, that's normal.
Not lying.
Go ahead. What else you got?
I'm trying. And going into this, keep in mind that Ric Flair is the NWA World Champion at the time. The big thing besides Hogan Undertaker is Ric Flair become NWA and WWF National Champion.
Okay.
So we'll go ahead and start the match if everybody's
we're
ready.
Jump right into this shit. God damn. All right. You don't have anyone else to give our input, or you just say fuck you guys, you don't matter, or fucking anything like that, I guess. Fuck us.
Oh, great God. So what do y'all think about everything that I've said so far?
Well, it's true. I mean, I don't know what you want me to say, but I know that the banner up above says SmackDown Live, so don't get all fucking shitty. It's been a long freaking week, alright? Anyway. Fucking kid. But anyway, we can get rid of that game.
Yes, just delete the picture.
Where's the picture?
Go in the bottom. Image, one of them. And there it is.
Okay, whatever. We'll just leave it because I thought you could have delete the. Never mind. Well, I don't want to because then there's nothing there. I don't have time to do that. I'm not fucking smart enough. But anyway, I don't know why you got to be like that. I'm polar opposite of everybody else when it comes to the Royal Rumble match. It is not one of my favorite matches. I don't mind it. It's okay. It serves a purpose, but it's not. It's too long for me, to be honest with you. The only thing good about the Royal Rumble to me is all the entrances. Who's gonna show up? Who's gonna enter? Who's gonna be the surprise person? That's the only thing that I care about with the Royal Rumble. Other than that, it's the same as every other wrestling match there is. It's like a battle royal, to be honest with you. It's just they do it in reverse. So.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with you on that. I mean, how it used to be was you'd always wait to hear that entry music, or you wait for that sound effect to see who was coming in, and especially that number 30 or that surprise entrant.
Right.
Nowadays, it's just, okay, let's have a match. Who's going to be number 30 in this year's Royal Rumble? So you kind of already know.
They used to tell really good stories about, and they made number 1 and number 30 really significant.
Right.
On who, you know what I mean? Who's number 1? They used to have feud. Okay, if this person wins this match, they'll be number 1, or loses this match, they'll be number 1. Whoever wins this match will be number 30. Whatever, however it went. But they don't do that kind of stuff anymore because apparently they don't like telling stories or building matches. So whatever.
Well, when it comes to that match, there's no need to build it. It's just a Royal Rumble.
Well, and I get it because the other 29 people that are in the match
get jack shit.
Well, no, it's just they're wrestling. I mean, they're there to put that other one guy over. I guess that's ultimately what the. But I'm not shitting on the Royal Rumble. I don't mind it. I just don't. It's overhyped to me. It's one of those things.
And then I always like to see who ends up being the Iron Man that lasts the longest. And especially when they're like this long, when they're over an hour, to last that long with all those participants.
Right.
And not hiding under the ring, or, I mean, actually in there for the full-fledged entire match.
Right. Yep. No, I agree. Trek?
I always love the Royal Rumble. I don't mind sitting through it, but it just feels like that they made a big deal out of saying, oh, number 27 is the big number. It's like, so they're pretty much telling you, number 30 is going to win or number 1 is going to win. They're like, 27 is the one to get. It's like, but then they make the other ones look kind of like shit. And then they're like, oh, they won from number 1 or they won from number 30 and stuff like that. So.
Well, it's the story that they tell.
Yeah.
And WWE used to be really good at that. And now they're not. And we'll talk about that tomorrow night. We'll talk about the life of wrestling and how much it has left in it. So we'll see. Because I've got a really good analogy for you. Really good analogy. And most of the people that I know, if they watch the thing that I sent to them, they'll understand that analogy, and it will make a little bit of sense. But anyway. With that being said, Bobbitt, are you ready? If you're going to watch this with us, and we're just going to go, it is at 1 hour, 26 minutes, and 44 seconds if you're on the network. For Bobbitt, I don't know where it's at. Are you
on the network as well.
Okay, so 1 hour, 26 minutes, and 44 seconds. That's probably why you're lagging a little bit. That's all right, though. Keep going. So, on the count of 3, I'm not going to hesitate. We're going to go. 1, 2, 3. Boy, I timed that fucking perfectly.
Best announced team in the business.
Shut your fucking dog up. I'm just kidding. Everybody does not like Jack Tunney.
No.
When did his run end in WWF? I know why he left. I know why he left because Vince brought somebody else in to run Canada, and he wanted Toronto, and he wouldn't give him Toronto, so he said, I can't work for this guy. So, but I don't remember when it was he left. So why? This is stupid right here. They're reiterating exactly what Howard Finkel said.
Yeah.
Fucking
Get
kids.
into it.
Yeah.
No, Heather's making her laugh.
All I'm doing is blowing on her feet.
It's fine. That's what I'm saying. You're just making her laugh. Why do you?
I'm just saying how easy it is to make her laugh.
The British Bulldog is number one, and I'll call out the entrance here, Bobbitt. If you are you behind me, or are you still ahead of me? Are you still with me?
I'm behind you because I was a little bit further back, but it's all good.
Thanks for subscribing, Peter Pan.
Oh, good.
What?
Ted DiBiase is number 2. These two will start the match. Oh, and Sensational Sherry. It's like, who the fuck is the goddamn transgender?
Oh, Jesus.
It's Sensational Sherry. They just start hitting each other. Now the clock starts once the match starts, so it's 2 minutes. So in 2 minutes, we'll get entrant number 3. If I remember right, Ted DiBiase.
Now know what?
Go ahead, Bobby.
Now I know why because she actually does look like one.
Right? I don't remember how long these two last. I think they last pretty long in this match.
I like when Tony was getting out of the ring and Bobby calls him the best presence of Noriega.
What?
I liked when Jack Tunney was getting out of the ring and Bobby was heckling him.
Oh, okay. That's not what
Bobby.
you said. Noriega. I'm like, what?
Yeah, he said Tunney was the best president since Noriega.
That's not even funny. But okay.
No, just Guerrero's reaction to it was funny.
Oh, well, I didn't even hear it. Oh, Ted DiBiase's out. Ted DiBiase is eliminated. And entrant number 3 is Richard Flair. The Nature Boy. Ric Flair. Where's Tinkerbell? Fuck, man. I don't know.
She's in Ric Flair's hotel.
Could be.
Oh, she's with
Could
Captain Hook.
She wants to ride Space Mountain Bobbitt.
A shout out to Peter Pan. May them tights fit you nicely. Wanted to shout out, you got one. Hey, drink,
Okay.
please.
I have no ice.
We'll be all right.
You go back in your bouncy chair?
Put the soda in the fridge.
Okay. Go back in your bouncy chair. Boom.
Bobby, Sarah says you're looking good, bud.
I said thank you.
Uh-oh. Boom. She face planted.
Well, that's what fucking kids do. Why are you looking at me? I didn't do it.
I didn't do it either. She was sitting up just fine all by herself. And then she went to reach for her foot.
Nasty Boy Hobbs, I think. Oh my god. I've actually had a long week, but I'm okay. Oh, look at this. D's Nuts is here.
I like how there's no entrance music at all.
Well, back then, it wasn't. See, this is what's different about wrestling back then than it is now. It wasn't about the entrances. The entrances are. How do I explain this? The entrances are, to me, not fucking saying that's what it is. Oh, Nasty Boy Hobbs or Knobs or whatever he is got eliminated. Now it's Ric Flair and British Bulldog. It signifies who's coming out, and that's where the crowd pop comes in. That's what the music is used for.
Right. It meant so much more that it was only the first 2 guys released. I mean, the music was big, but wasn't as big as it's now secondary.
Who the fuck is Xavier Howard? Bobby, are you sleeping?
Oh,
Xavier.
Who cares?
no, why?
Because it looked like you were sleeping. I was going to tell you to sit up.
I'm good.
Haku!
Bless you. Flair going under the bottom rope. Oh, that's perfect.
Oh, shit. Tomorrow's Friday. Stay up a little bit later tonight, I think. Or not. I've been having issues.
Yeah, I think after this, I'm gonna take a little nap myself.
What?
I think after this, I'm gonna take a little nap after the show's over.
After the show's over, you're going to take yourself a little nap? All right. Well, you do. You do you. Will you stop making all that noise over there, kid? Shit. Wendy.
Bye, Haku.
Oh, Haku get eliminated?
Yeah.
Here comes Shawn Michaels at number 6.
I think so.
Yeah. Or Shawn Michaels.
What the hell was that all about? What's up, Cody?
Cody, how you doing?
What? Well, if you want to come here and sit, and I'll go change your diaper. Oh, he just super kicked Ric Flair. Oops. Wendy. Mom's gonna fucking get drunk too, I guess. Wendy. Baby girl. Wait a minute here, little turd.
Yeah.
I'm talking to Wendy.
What a trick, jeez.
What's that?
All right, I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna go change Wendy's diaper and change mine. You laugh.
I know.
Give me your arm.
Well, hi.
Hey, Heather.
Hi.
It's Heather.
4, 3, 2, 1. Rick Muddle Martel?
Nope, Tito.
Tito, okay. Their outfits were so similar.
Hey, Heather.
Apart.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Heather, did you say you like the Marvel movies?
Yeah, I like the Marvel movies. I'm not JP.
You want the digital code? Because I got Ant-Man and the Wasp today.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Exactly, Sarah. It's like people forget what it's like to take care of a 5-month-old kid.
I'll send you the digital code for the first 3 episodes.
Cool. Has the game started yet, Ronnie?
8 o'clock tonight.
Okay.
My time, so 7 yours.
Yep. So just about 5 minutes.
Yeah, MBCS is when it's going to be on.
Who's playing tonight?
Hurricanes and Bruins.
Sharks.
Ooh. Go Hurricanes.
That's who I'm taking.
I usually always go for the person from Carolina, nobody from New Zealand.
Yeah, the Blues and Sharks don't play till Saturday. We get a night off.
Are you all better now?
Are you all better now? I think you're interaction between the
Tito
Capitals and
Santana.
the
You're supposed to
Jack
call
and
out
Sharks.
his intern. Oh, you did?
Yes.
Austin's taking
Here's the
Sharks.
next entrant.
Barbarian.
Yep.
No, you can say it.
The Barbarian. Woo! That was a good burp. Mommy's gonna need to get new earrings very soon here. She keep grabbing onto these. Mm-hmm.
And I did see Paige in there.
She hasn't answered yet.
Oh.
But I did say hi.
Okay.
Oh! I swear you gotta be at least 20 pounds now, kid.
I she ain't that. There's no fucking way.
Rah. Rah. Is that Pappy? You must want Pappy because you're eating my arm. You must want Pappy because you're eating my arm. Whoop. Oh.
Shawn Michaels working over Tito Santana. And you have the British Bulldog hanging on.
As always. Just hanging on! For one more day.
Well, I'm sorry that someone unplugged your PS4.
Oh.
That's not good. You better go beat some people up for that one.
Yeah, unplugged PlayStation 4. That's a battable offense.
That's an eviction offense.
Yeah.
Kerry Von Erich.
Oh boy.
The all coked up, jacked up.
There's fucking cocaine and nothing around between him.
He's trying to figure out where the fuck he is right now. It's like, what am I doing?
Which way do I turn?
Did you guys watch that Dark Side of the Ring with the Von Erich story this week?
I've seen. I'm gonna be honest with those Dark Side of the Ring or whatever. I've seen so many documentaries on superstars and such. I can get all the information. They all say the same thing. I mean, I'm assuming they do. They've done the Von Erichs. I've seen they did a thing on them on 30 for 30 on ESPN.
Yeah.
Which was really good. They did a 30 for 30 on Ric Flair.
Yep.
The Bruiser Brody thing, I've seen like 5 or 6 different documentaries on that one. I'm not saying that they're bad. I don't know what different they could tell me that I haven't already heard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, I don't want people going back. Oh, JP hates this. No, it's not true.
No.
It's just, I mean, what more are they going to tell me that I don't already know?
Yeah.
That's
it's like when they did the.
When they did the what?
The Montreal Screwjob one. It's like I had heard everything. I know it's pretty funny when Cornette was ripping the crap out of Vince Russo, but everything else I had already heard.
Right, and I mean, I've heard like Bruce Pritchard talk about it, Jim Cornette, but see, they don't know. I mean, they do now. Even they don't know the whole story because they didn't know what Vince would. Because Bruce Pritchard asked him, he said, "What do you know what you're gonna? Do you have a plan? Do you know what you're doing?" He said, "Yep, I do." He didn't tell anybody what he's fucking doing.
No.
So.
And has anybody seen the 30 for 30 ever?
We are on 1 hour 47 minutes. Cody.
Sorry, Bobbitt. What were you saying, Matt? I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Have y'all seen the greatest 30 for 30 special that there ever was?
What's that?
What's that?
These nuts.
Oh my god.
He was in the chat earlier, so maybe he knows. Yeah.
But it was tragic what happened. Well, they did it to themselves.
Yes.
The Von Erichs did. They were drug addicts.
Oh, yeah.
Well, a couple of them were drug addicts. One of them, one of them died of cancer, I think.
I believe so.
If I remember
The
right.
dad, Fritz.
So I mean, is it sad that they passed away? Yeah. But do I feel sorry for half of them? No, because they did it to themselves.
Right.
And if that makes me an asshole, then so be it. But the one, if you Wrestling with Shadows with Bret Hart, what more do you need to tell me about Bret Hart? I mean,
Yeah. Well,
there is some stuff coming to light. Thanks for subscribing, Wreck-It Ralph. There is some. What is this? Fucking Disney fucking subs? Greg the Hammer Valentine. Oh, Repo Man. I forgot the Repo Man came out. I'm sorry.
Well,
What?
go ahead, man.
Go ahead, Bobbitt.
I say nothing.
Oh. When it comes to I love watching wrestling stuff, but I don't want to. I only have so much time in a day to watch stuff. I got to hang out with my daughter every once in a while,
Give mommy a break.
No.
Oh.
but yeah, one of these days and I don't get the channel anyway, so I don't watch them.
It's on there. If you want to watch them, they're on the website in the free to watch section. They've been putting them up there, so once they're all up there, I'll let you know, and then you can watch this all 6
If I knew
episodes.
what the fucking website was, I might do it. The fuck?
Viceland.com.
The what?
Viceland.com.
Yeah, okay. Didn't somebody say they were on YouTube too?
What the first one is, the Brody one is, because they made sure that was the most popular one, so they put it up.
I've seen so many documentaries on that one that's not even funny.
Tony Atlas provides a lot of insight into it too.
I know he provided a lot of insight into the ones that I watched.
Yeah.
That's why I don't watch them, because I'm not going to go out of my way to watch them, because I've seen. You give me a documentary that I have not seen, and I'll watch it.
There's a new one they just put up about a wrestler named Gino Hernandez. Henry talked about him too much. That's a new one that just went up today.
Nikolai Koloff. Number 10, I guess. I don't fucking know. What number are we at, Bobbitt?
I was counting at 2.
I was counting at 2. I'm drinking, so fuck it. You're new here, Wreck-It Ralph?
Yeah,
We kind of figured.
Your alter ego, Aaron Reed, is here all the time.
You're alter ego.
It's fine.
Yeah, the
Welcome.
Hernandez one was it the homicide and about his drug use and stuff like that. That was this week's.
And that's
Next
who?
is
Who?
Gino Hernandez.
Gino Hernandez. Is that Hercules?
No, this
Okay.
is one that
Okay.
they think might be Gorilla Monsoon's son.
This is the one that they were talking about, that he was quote unquote taken under Gorilla's wing, but it was never really confirmed that it was his son.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So he's the one that we were. Okay.
Yes.
He's the one that was.
Not the one that died in the car.
In the obituary. No, that Gino Morella.
Yes.
Or no, Gino Morella was Gorilla Monsoon.
Yes.
Joey Morella, he was the referee.
His son, yes.
The other one was kind of like a mentor relationship.
so to speak.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was never confirmed whether it was
Right.
actually or not. So.
Okay.
Right. Nikolai's out.
Nikolai's out? Okay, well.
Yeah, he got
You
bounced.
keep track of who is eliminated. I'll keep track of who is entering, even though this is Bobbitt's match. And he's looking at his phone!
He's trying to see the order.
Boss man.
Big boss man. You need to pay attention, man. This is your match, not mine. I don't give a fuck about this.
That's why he's drinking.
I know that I'm not drinking.
I don't know.
Because you don't drink that much.
I'm just saying, it's your match. You're the one who needs to pay attention. You're the one who needs to be talking about this.
There goes Greg Valentine.
I'm looking at the entry number.
I don't care about the entrant numbers. It doesn't matter. It's fine. I just asked if anybody knew.
Damn.
It's good. Just look at the match, man. Tell us what you see. Well, they're really trying to put Shawn Michaels out.
Well, now I'm looking at lagging.
There goes Repo.
There goes
Man.
man. Hey, Ronnie.
Yes.
Did you hear what the producers of that show said that they had done?
No.
They have another episode 75% done. It was supposed to be in season 1 about Dino Bravo, but they said they lowered the count to 6, so they're going to work on it for season 2. And they said other episodes are going to feature Adrian Adonis, Brawl for All, and Chris Benoit.
Oh, okay. I thought they were going to be doing one too on Moolah.
I've seen tons of
That's next week. That's the finale
That's
for the
next
season.
week. Okay.
Yeah.
I know. It'll still be.
There goes Carrie.
See if anything new has come out recently.
I know. There's nothing new that's come out.
That we know of.
No, there's nothing new. Because they would have fucking... You know how fucking Dave Meltzer and all them fucking guys are? They would have fucking said something by now.
About what?
Benoit.
About developments with Benoit
Bye-bye Shawn Michaels. And Tino.
And
and
Tito.
Tito.
Yep. Oh yeah. I mean, like that. By the way, Meltzer was
Oh,
all over the freaking.
Here? No,
the one
that's
last week
not
about
Hercules.
Yeah,
Who the fuck is this
that's-
asshole? This guy can't even...
that's Hercules.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. That's when
Yes,
he was
it
in
is.
Power of Glory with Paul
Well,
Roma.
also just said Hercules.
Well, hashtag
Yeah,
fuck
that is
me.
her baby.
Okay.
He's wearing
Ric Flair
triple
just
H.
got his ass beat in the fucking corner by Hercules.
And he just walked
And he
around.
walked right up to Barbarian and gave him a high five.
Be fair to Flair.
Goddamn motherfucking wrestling, man. It's just, no, and Ric Flair. Wrestling in general, man. It's just some of the dumb shit. I'm gonna no-sell you beating the shit out of me in the corner. I'm gonna go high-five Barbarian. What's up, Tony? Oh, there goes Hercules. Hercules!
There goes that Barbarian and Bossman all talked himself over.
Big Boss Man's like, no, motherfucker.
Not today.
Come on, motherfucker. Oh, he just poked his ass in the fucking eye. Poked his ass in the fucking eye.
The brown eye.
Oh. Mm.
A heel.
He might have. He's a heel. He might have brown eyes. You know what I got to say to that?
What?
Do.
There goes Boss Man.
Yep, there goes Boss Man. Well, you know.
First name Macho, last name Man. Ooh yeah.
Ooh, that sounds like good. I'm actually doing New York strips on the grill tomorrow night.
We're gonna get a little bit more than that.
Gee, I'm God. So fucking demanding. Here comes Piper.
Hey, look at Flair's face. Like, oh shit.
And we are officially halfway done. With,
Okay. Now,
with
was
the match.
Roddy Piper the Intercontinental Champion?
Yes.
Yep, he won it earlier in the night.
Okay, just wanted to make sure because I remember somebody talking about him winning the Intercontinental Championship. Have fun with that, Tony. Please take pictures. We'd love to see them. Even though I'm not a big UFC fan, but
Yeah. ESPN might not be either because I heard that they lost a lot of views.
who?
ESPN was supposed to do the fight night thing, and I guess they botched or tried that. They lost a lot of money.
Well, that's because you have to pay for it.
You got a point.
ESPN. ESPN, man. Do they have fight nights like the fight nights that like they had on FS1 and
I
Fox?
don't think they do.
See, they put it on ESPN Plus. You have to pay extra for that.
Yep.
And then the pay-per-views, I don't know if they're on ESPN Plus or if they're I don't know how that works. I don't know how they changed.
It's on the app now, whatever it is. Is that Plus?
Okay, but I'm talking about the actual pay-per-view itself.
No, that's what I mean.
That's not a fight night then.
No, I'm just saying that they put the actual pay-per-view on ESPN Plus because they have the new deal with them from earlier in the year.
God damn it, you're not.
That's what he was talking about.
No, I know that's
okay.
me.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I'm asking you. Do they put the pay-per-view on ESPN Plus? Here comes Jake the Snake. Or
Yes, the
is it
pay-per-view's
just
on ESPN.
is it the preliminaries and the fight nights?
The fight night, I believe, is just on the regular ESPN channel.
Okay, that was my question, but you kept on saying ESPN Plus.
Oh, sorry.
Dumbass. I'm just kidding.
Right, but you can also get them on the Fight app too.
What?
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna pay $99 just to watch a fucking goddamn UFC fight.
No.
What?
That's why here we'll talk about it tomorrow night. I know next week they are going to announce the television contract or television deal with AEW and TNT. I hope it works.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I hope it works. And then you got look, TNT does basketball too. And when it comes basketball time, what are they going to do? Are they going to say, "Yeah, we're going to put you on hiatus for a couple of months"? They put basketball
They
on
might
TNT.
transfer them over to. They might transfer them to TBS in that point. I've heard.
What, AEW or
AEW, yeah.
Because they ain't moving fucking basketball.
No.
TBS, nobody really watches TBS anymore.
No.
Every now and then you see people watching it, but
Yeah. Which is sad because TBS used to be really good.
yeah, Hacksaw Jim fucking Duggan, Bobbitt.
Yep.
Hey,
Yes. What?
what do you think of the match so far?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Good match. It's a hard hitting match, and I don't know what to say.
I caught you.
But this is your favorite match. You should have a lot to say.
Are you getting hungry?
Yes.
I said hungry, not horny.
Whoa! He just fucking no-sold fucking Ric Flair.
Right, just fighting the shit out of them.
is Jake the Snake a heel?
Yep.
Even this one is.
Okay. Just making sure.
Mhm.
Ric Flair and Roddy Piper fucking going at it.
Being fair to Flair.
Who did Roddy Piper beat for the Intercontinental title?
The Mountie.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Oh, yeah.
IRS.
Here comes IRS. Here comes Bray Wyatt Sr.
Ugh. Ugh.
You all right? You want to talk about it? I have no idea where that's coming from.
You want what I want to talk about, damn it?
What do you want to talk about?
Oh!
Oh my god, this is fucking weird. Bruins are up 1-0, 3 minutes. Ronnie, are you watching this match or are you watching hockey?
She's watching both.
I'm watching. I got
It's I don't. You do. You.
Rumble on
I
the
don't
computer
care.
and the game on TV.
I don't care what you watch.
I'm trying to listen to Bobbitt's commentary. I'm not hearing much.
Boom!
Mic drop.
I'm just, I'm watching it.
That's why I hate Royal Rumble matches, because there's not much to say. There's not much really to say until close to the end of the match. That's when everything starts picking up. The lull in the match is
Everybody coming out.
When it gets down to the final four, that's when the match picks up.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's when your bones start.
I mean, just wait until Hulk Hogan shows up.
Then JP's gonna have a massive erection.
Smucka.
He's getting booed.
He was a heel.
No, that was just the noise they did for him.
Well,
His daddy.
he didn't elicit a reaction from people, really.
He's getting the same reaction as Tamina gets.
He's getting the same reaction as Roman Reigns. Well, he's getting the same reaction as every other fucking superstar in the fucking roster today. Am I wrong?
No, you're right.
Yeah, there's not a lot of pops these days for the talent.
No, because nobody knows who they are. It's the casuals. They're only there to see. That's one of the problems with the talent today. From my observation, is people are there to see certain wrestlers. If their favorite isn't there, they aren't going to fucking cheer. They're just going to sit on their hands. And that's not what wrestling is designed for. I mean, yes, you can have your favorites, but
Well, now with this wild card thing, just to get the talent on both brands, it's just like, I mean, they're on Raw, and then you see them again on SmackDown, and
I mean, back in the day, you cheered the baby faces and booed the heels. It didn't fucking matter who the fucking heel was, you fucking booed him.
booed them. Yep.
It did not matter who the fucking heel was. Yes, they were over, but they were over because they were booed, and WWE has that fucking mentality today.
Taker.
Yep, here comes the Undertaker, and that's a lot of the problems that we have today. Well, or is he eliciting a reaction? You want him to elicit a reaction? He's a baby face. But booing is good enough because it's eliciting a reaction. That is the
Right.
lamest fucking comment anybody can ever fucking say. It makes no sense. If you don't like the guy, it would have been much better if Roman Reigns was a heel from the get-go. In fact, they were heels. All
Yeah.
three of them were heels.
They go Snuka.
That's a shield.
They should have kept the heeled shields. The heeled shields. I just fucking can't talk.
Heels, shield.
The Shield heels. Because it would have just kept them all heels, except for when they turned on each other. When Seth Rollins turned on both of them, actually, that point should have been Roman. If you were going to push Roman, you should have turned Roman heel.
Yeah.
Because then we'd probably be fucking getting Seth Rollins shoved down our throats, and we'd probably be booing him, but Roman Reigns would be over. You did some shopping today, Tony? Yeah, we did ours yesterday.
JP is the Undertaker.
Who's next? Who's coming out next?
My balls, your chin?
Goldberg.
No.
Oh, sorry.
Macho
Yeah,
Man Randy Savage! God damn.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god, that was fucking great. Did you see it too? Fucking, as soon as Randy Savage hit the ring, Ric Flair just fell over. Nobody touched him, he just fell over.
It's like Terry Funk with the chair. ECW.
Right?
That's one of the best parts of ECW when they did the chair thing. That was awesome.
Well,
what I'm talking about, the best part of that whole thing
Yeah.
was when Terry got clipped by that chair. It barely grazed him, but he sold it like a motherfucker.
he sold it like a champ.
He did. And Randy's about to make a big botch coming up here. Keep your eyes out for this one.
Was that it right there?
There.
Yeah. No,
There it is.
What? I don't think that was a big botch. I think that
There
was
a feud
planned.
between them at this
There was a
time.
feud going on between them two at the time.
He didn't care about
Yeah,
the
but he
Rumble,
wasn't
just
supposed to
wanted
do that.
fight the snake.
What?
He wasn't supposed to do that, throw himself over the rope. I think Bruce Pritchard even said that was a mistake. He got caught up in the moment.
Well,
Well,
it worked.
it
Did
makes-
it ruin? Did it ruin the match? He wasn't winning anyway.
No, it worked. But
I mean, I bet you if yes, it was a botch, but Bruce Pritchard would tell you it didn't hinder the match because
right.
He wasn't going to win anyway.
he
No, I
wasn't
know.
going to win anyway. The thing
Yeah.
with it is the Undertaker is involved in this, and I don't know why.
I think he was eliminated. Or was it?
No, not
Why is the Undertaker beating up on him? Is because
Jake attacked him first. Or no, not Jake. Sorry, Randy attacked him first.
who, the Undertaker?
Yeah.
But
That was
he's
the box. They should have just let him go, because then that would have made the feud between him and the snake even better.
yeah, they fucked that up. But then you can also the refs didn't see it.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yes, it was a botch, but
The box was letting him back in the match. Right?
the botch is actually
Yeah.
letting him back in the match.
Right. It's like when Austin made he botched because he went over the top rope and he wasn't supposed to his first Rumble.
Well, it's like the fucking Zack Ryder botch. There was so much fucking baby oil on that top rope, he slipped right off.
So much baby oil.
Because there was a time.
No, never mind. Just stop.
There was a time where superstars had to be shiny.
I wasn't arguing.
Ric Flair. Ric Flair
Um,
trying to
sure.
low blow the Undertaker. He goes, he tried to put them up.
Berserker. Here comes a berserker. Brr, dur, dur, dur. That's what that guy was. Hup, hup, hup. It's worse than Akira Tozawa and his ha ha. Well, Killian Dane, he only does it when he's fucking kicking somebody.
Are you having a fart attack over there?
No, the Berserker, that was his thing. He would walk around going, her, 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 her.
It sounds like a school bus full of special people crashing your blade.
I understand that.
No.
That's the Berserker, though.
They tried to make him WWE's version of Bruiser Brody.
It didn't work.
No, it didn't work at all. Little inside knowledge: the only person that Randy Savage trusted with Elizabeth is Ric Flair.
That is true. That I know. Him and Ric Flair are best friends. Were best friends.
Yep. So Roddy and Ric Flair, they were best friends too.
I just fucking said that.
No, I mean, no, Roddy Piper and Ric Flair.
That's what I just fucking said.
Oh, I thought you said Randy Savage.
No, Roddy and Ric Flair were best friends.
Oh.
Randy and Ric Flair were not best friends, but Ric Flair was married at the time.
Yeah.
And there was just something about Ric Flair that you could trust, I guess. I don't fucking know.
Welcome back, Ryan.
Jesus Christ, what'd you do? Go 3,000 miles an hour? Son of a bitch.
There's Virgil.
What, baby?
There's the Virgil.
No, I said there's Virgil.
Where is Virgil?
He's in the ring. He's attacking Taker.
Oh, there he is. He's getting slapped around like a little bitch.
Well, he has to go back to the Olive Garden soon.
Fuck the Bruins. Sorry. Hate the Bruins, man. Fuck them.
Not another establishment team.
Now what are you drinking?
It's just cat water with Mountain Dew.
You're a fucking alcoholic, you know
Is
that?
that?
Jesus fucking Christ.
Why are you complaining? What you like?
I'm just giving you shit, Ryan. I believe you. I'm just being sarcastic. He says that my sister lives 10 minutes away. Okay. It's fine, man. It's all good.
Yeah, Ryan. That was, according to Bruce Pritchard, that was his second job, was working at the Olive Garden.
What's that?
Virgil.
What about Virgil?
I said Virgil had to get back to the Olive Garden.
Get next to the Olive Garden?
No, get back.
You had to get back at the Olive Garden?
He had to get back to his shift at the Olive Garden.
Oh, whatever. Here comes the Iron Sheik.
You want to sit each other?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. I need to pee.
She may have.
Oh, why did you pee?
Did she?
Oh, yeah.
The Nundertaker.
Daddy just give you a bath. You smell like fucking.
Yeah, I'll give her a bath after this is over. Yep. Daddy's duties tonight. You got to give Wendy her bath. They're in the Knickerbocker Arena in Albany, New York. I just want to know why they call it the Knickerbocker Arena when. Never mind, I ain't gonna fucking go there.
The guy who owned it was Knickerbocker.
Oh, so that's why the Knicks are named after. Never mind.
Yep.
Fucking stupid name, but whatever. Sorry to all you New York Knicks fans. I did not know that.
I think that's what it was.
There's Rick Martel.
I didn't know that we were excited to see Rick Martel. Do you see? I will say this about the Royal Rumble. Do you see how many people are inside of the ring? How often do you see that many people inside of the ring anymore? Never. Never. It's a Royal Rumble. You should have
A minimum of 5 people in the ring.
I would yeah, yes. I wouldn't say minimum of 5. It's just a multitude. Having 3 guys or 4 guys in the ring at one time doesn't do anything for me anymore. You know?
Kid, that's your dad, I'm not yours.
That's your dad's doing?
Hold my hand.
Oh my god. Fucking weird. Do you feel better, Wendy?
You got a dry butt? Yeah, there's
Move! I can't see the fucking TV! Oh. If I had long enough fucking arms, I'd slap you right on the tuchus. Bent over right in front of me. She knew I couldn't hit her. You use potassium.
Exactly why I did it.
Potassium power to get home.
It is Captain Banana.
Well, potatoes have potassium in it too.
So do avocados.
Shut up.
There he is.
Dun, 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 dun. Here comes the man, the myth, the Hulkster, Hogan. He's gonna eliminate everybody now. Listen to the crowd.
He's gonna give everybody their vitamins.
The Undertaker and fucking Hulk Hogan had a feud. He just spit right at fucking
Basement's at work. He says hi.
Hey, Basement.
Hey, Basement.
Pomegranate has potassium. Yeah, pomegranate has potassium. I actually like pomegranates.
I do too.
I like pomegranate juice. I've never had actual.
Oh, pomegranates are really good. Eat the seed.
I want to try it.
Well, not the seed. You eat the gel around the seed.
I know.
Oh,
There goes Taker.
The Undertaker is out. The Berserker is out. Hulk Hogan's going to eliminate everybody. It's going to be him and Ric Flair.
Apparently, Basement likes ass juice.
That's got potassium in it.
did anybody hear what I just said?
No, Bobbitt, I'm sorry. What did you say?
Oh, I just got a random phone call, and it's like, Marriott, and I'm like, oh, you are a cunt?
Virgil and Hacksaw just went out.
Virgil and Hacksaw, all right. Oh!
Oh, yeah.
What number are we up to here, Bobbitt?
Hogan, I believe, was like
We
20.
are up to 27.
Alrighty. Who's this
Skinner.
fucking asshole?
Yeah.
That's Skinner.
Who the fuck is Skinner?
The alligator man.
He was the replacement for the original Drink the Clown.
Okay, well, why didn't the Doink the Clown get into the match there, Trek, since you seem to fucking know so much about this shit?
He wasn't. The gimmick wasn't around then. They hadn't gotten him from the box of gimmicks yet.
So before he was Doink, he was Skinner, you're saying?
Right.
Why didn't you just fucking say that?
Yeah, really.
Trek, I'm gonna get on a fucking plane, I'm gonna fly down to you, and I'm gonna slap you, and I'm gonna fucking fly home. You take
We
a
would like
long
to
way
say
around.
this is
Stop!
Trek last night on his contract. We're not renewing it.
No, I don't have contract. Hold on. I don't have contract with anybody. Y'all are free to come and go as you please.
What the fuck did I sign last night then?
You didn't sign shit.
That was a hooker, not us.
That wasn't us.
Oh. Oh. That's what that was.
Did you sign it in blood?
No, with hookers, they'll take cocaine.
Well, I signed it with something. I don't know if it was bloody or not.
Ronnie. The fuck. Ryan, I wouldn't make that known that is your weakness, because never mind. I'm not even gonna pay attention to it.
Yeah, he actually tried avocados. He does not like them.
I'm with you, brother. I'm with you.
Yeah. I don't like
I
him either.
can see it now.
Here it is.
At the next Bobbitt, at the next match, Captain Banana versus Captain Avocado.
See, Ryan, you
Yeah.
fucking did it.
Sergeant Slaughter.
Sergeant Slaughter? Is he? Well, is Iron Sheik in there still?
No.
Oh,
No.
Because
There he is.
was Iron Sheik a bad guy still at
Yes.
this point?
Yes.
He was still a heel?
Yes, they were still feuding at this point, I believe.
No. What I'm saying is Iron Sheik, you remember WrestleMania 7, the Iron Sheik and General Adnan.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
He aligned with them because of the Iraqi war and bullshit.
Right.
This was before that.
No.
This after.
Operation Desert Storm happened in
JP?
1991.
Oh.
So I'm thinking that because I was wondering if he was going to show up and if he was going to confront, and then they'd have that big conflict. It would have worked.
It would have. Are you hungry? Do I need to make you a bottle?
There you go. Admiral Avocado.
Yeah.
By the way, Skinner got eliminated too.
Mean Doink the Clown, jackass?
Yep. Yep.
Did you see what Basement put? Here's a recommendation. My balls versus your chin.
Yeah.
Would that count?
Oh, I just nutted myself.
I
Dumbass.
think with that comment alone,
Just
they-
another Thursday night on the stream, folks.
I've been meaning to do that.
Psycho Sid.
Sid in powder blue shorts. I'm not used to this. I was not prepared. Let me make you a bottle, baby. Let me make you a bottle. Hold on. Oh, horses, baby girl.
Stop trying, Trek. Jesus.
Wendy.
Pretty safe.
Hey, Wendy. Are we? Okay. We're gonna walk down this path. Well, I know. I mean, get goddamn, child.
Giving you an earful.
She's like, fuck it, I'm just putting my face in the fucking carpet.
Well, don't have to to the rest of us. Just put your face in carpet.
Good God.
Comes the warlord.
Well, that's all 30 of them. Let's see who's the last one standing.
Or just. Oh my goodness.
Oh, it's so terrible. You've never eaten at all today. Jesus Christ.
Oh my goodness. Why are you laughing?
You faker McFingerson.
Oh.
It's a nice old booger you got hanging out there. I'm cleaning your face.
Jesus.
Yeah, is that such a problem? You have a bottle in your mouth as you speak? You have a bottle in your mouth right now.
Sid was up on the turnbuckle beating up IRS. I must have a heart attack. So I know what happens when Sid gets through the turnbuckles.
Oh, baby.
There goes Shyster. IRS gone.
What are we up to for? There we go. Should be good.
That's it. That's all 30.
That's it?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Down to Flair, Hogan, Sid, and Macho.
You're fine.
Warlord just got me too.
And there goes Macho.
Macho's gone. Rick Martel and Roddy Piper are gone.
Yep.
So it comes down to Sid Vicious. We're at the final four then?
Yep.
We're Ric Flair.
I
The
got the
two.
final 3.
I want you to look at what we have going on here. We have. I considered Sid Justice at the time one of the top guys in the company at the time. I mean, okay, Macho Man just got eliminated, but you're looking at 4 Hall of Famers in the fucking ring. Just saying.
Savage is gone.
We already went through that.
Oh.
Hogan's gone.
Yep. Well, watch what happens. And this tells the story about. This is the build to WrestleMania. Watch Ric Flair. Ric Flair is your WWF champion, everybody. Bobbitt.
Along with the Iron Man.
He does won he's now the first ever person in history to be NWA and WWF champion.
And it looks like he put his finger in a light socket.
However, Bobbitt, you say that, but that is not true.
For him.
Because WCW, they stripped him of the title. That belt that he carried around, he paid for.
Right.
Yeah. So, I mean, I get what you're saying, and yes, to be honest with you, he never lost the NWA title. So you could, honestly, and there is that debate out there today, very good point, there is that debate out there today as to what you just said, the only person to ever be NWA and WWF champion at the same time. You are correct. See, this is where WWF has an issue still today. Their top guy, this is WWF's thinking. The World Championship is not above a person. It's what match was going to put butts in the seats. That is the main event to WWF. So.
Patterson and Briscoe trying to keep them apart.
So this is the end of the match. We'll watch this part and then we'll talk about the end of the match.
Well, we know that Hogan was posed, and we haven't gotten to the Hogan posing part yet.
Well, I don't know if he poses here. He might. But this ultimately is the main event of WrestleMania.
For this year.
Everybody said, what was double main event? What was the last match?
Hogan and Sid.
What's the main event?
Last match on the card.
The main event is the last match on the card, correct?
Yes.
Yep.
If you've ever paid attention to WWF or WWE recently, even Charlotte and fucking when they did the women, they said we have a double main event. They were telling that story.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Well,
for everybody
UFC
to sit
doesn't
there
have main
and
event
say,
tournament.
well, they main evented, yes, they did, but they say double main event because really,
The men's match was the main event.
the men's
Right.
match was a better match. That match should have main evented. Kofi
Yes.
Kingston and Daniel Bryan should have main evented WrestleMania.
Right.
I don't care what anybody fucking says.
And this is a woman saying it. I completely agree. Those women did not put on a match that was worthy of main event.
No.
Especially the way it fucking ended.
Trish and Lita put on a better match when they main evented Monday Night Raw.
I mean, it was a good match. The women put on a good match. The ending fucked it up. The ending fucked it for me.
It's not just the ending. It was the fucking sluggish moves, the unsureness of everything that was going on.
Yeah.
Well, that UFC fight that Tony's going to next Saturday, the women are main eventing,
Look at
the men are co-main eventing.
Bobby Heenan, man. He's like,
It's ecstatic right now.
he's ecstatic because he's never managed. I don't think he's ever managed a world champion.
At that point,
No.
no.
But he wasn't the manager of. I don't think he was doing managing duties. Him and Gorilla Monsoon were doing the fucking commentary, but.
He was managing Mr. Perfect.
Oh, was he?
I believe so.
Yep.
Okay.
I think he managed both of them actually, but because when they did the perfect double turn, he was saying how he was with Ric Flair, and that Perfect should follow right behind him too.
And the man behind Ric Flair, people say he should have been a world champion. I'm gonna disagree with everybody, as a lot like Roddy Piper. Didn't need it.
Exactly.
Didn't need the title. What? Ric Flair is world champion. He didn't need the title, to be honest with you, but he was world champion. I mean, what? You can't not put the title on him.
Not only that, it was Ric Flair negotiated it inside their contract.
Well, it's not even that. It's just the point. Ric Flair is that fucking good.
Well, I'm not saying it's a bad thing that he did that. Right. He did deserve it. I'm just saying he was Ric Flair. That's what he did best.
I get it. Hey, Arushin, how's it peeking going?
Oops, sorry, Aru.
What'd you do? Time him out?
No, I interrupted his peekaboos.
Oh.
He said peekaboo.
Yeah, it was peekaboo, and then he was trying to repeat it, and I cut in there.
That's all right. So, Bobbitt, you fell asleep again. Wake up. You're staying on the match. Well, let's talk about the match. What did I say? The match, it was okay. These kinds of matches are easy to book. These Royal Rumbles, they're easy to book. My issue with the WWE, this is one of the few times the right person won the match. This is my opinion, though. The right person won the match. My issue with the Royal Rumble sometimes is that the wrong... Like, you go look at Worlds Collide, the wrong person wins those matches.
Right.
Matt Riddle should have won the Royal Rumble, the Worlds Collide thing. Io Shirai should have beat fucking... What in the fuck are they doing with the Hood Rat? That's what I want to fucking know. And yes, I'm talking about Bianca Belair. She's a fucking Hood Rat. What are they doing with her? I do not know. Yes, Ryan, he is working you. It's a Russian Chew. Why would he not?
He works people in more way than one.
Easy.
No, I'm saying the good guy.
No.
Because look at Laura. He worked her, and she's quite happy.
But that's my opinion. It was a good match, but I'm not gonna shit all over it. I liked it. The finish of the match, the right person won. The way that it was booked, it built. If people would sit down and watch these old pay-per-views, at least the story carried on from where it was. Because you look at what happened at the end of that fucking match, and then you look at what happened at WrestleMania, it told that story. They don't do that anymore.
No.
They flip-flop so many fucking times, it's not even funny. So, that's all I have to say. Bobbitt, it's all about you, brother.
Yeah, it was a good match. It was a good, fast-paced match. You had your typical heel versus face, and yeah, I'm happy with it all. The right person won it, and yeah, Brian, check what are your thoughts?
I mean, for me, like what we said in the beginning, watching those older ones of what we look for compared to what we get today, and like JP said, the right person won this, whereas today we're getting whoever they want to push or whoever they want to win it to go over in these matches. And then with the like this leading up into WrestleMania, where you've got the Rumble winner now supposedly to face at WrestleMania. Back then when all that started and stuff like that, you actually saw it was Hogan and Sid Vicious in the main event.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of a little bit of history still is intact with the Royal Rumble today, but it's just not as, to me, worth watching because everything's kind of predictable with how they're going to do things or what they're going to do, and it's just they kind of give it away before anyone comes out or before the matches are even started.
Yeah, my issue with the Royal Rumble today is they say the winner of this match will main event WrestleMania. Okay, so this year it did because the women were going to main event WrestleMania, which is fine. However, last year, who main evented WrestleMania? Well, you guys forget quick, don't you? Trek, who main evented last year's WrestleMania? Not this year's, but last year's.
Last year, it was Roman and Brock.
Who won the Royal Rumble?
Nakamura.
So then how in the fuck did Nakamura main event WrestleMania? Do you see my point? And people seem to forget that. But then it comes back, and I kind of agree with WWE here. Whoever puts butts in the seats, that's who the main event is. And I get it. But then don't say that the winner of this match will main event WrestleMania, because it's a bullshit statement. It's a bullshit statement.
They haven't done that in years.
It's false in fucking advertising is what it is. And yes, they have done it. They did it this year, Bobby. Who won the women's Royal Rumble?
The wording is your opportunity at WrestleMania.
Now, that's what it should be. You get a title shot, a world title shot at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it should be. But they don't. They haven't said. I mean, this year they didn't have to say it. Last year they didn't say it. They said gets a shot at the main event at WrestleMania. Like, that makes no sense. So that being said, that's why I have an issue with Royal Rumble. Is essentially, why do they even fucking have this match as a main event if they're not gonna fucking use it as it's designed for? The winner. This is why they need to create fucking superstars, and they don't fucking do it. They develop them to wrestle and cut promos, but they don't develop stars. So.
Well, and it's the same with Money in the Bank. I mean, look what they did. That's supposed to be a cash in at an unexpected time and place, and then you had Braun saying, "Well, I'm cashing this in at this time."
Right. No.
So it's like
take that ability away from them.
But that's how a babyface cashes in, though, because they're not backstabbers. And I ultimately said a babyface should never ever fucking win the Money in the Bank. Although I will say this, a person that's kind of a tweener, like they're not heel, they're not face, like a Stone Cold Steve Austin, him winning the Money Bank isn't a fucking bad idea, as long as you book him properly. It's not that fucking hard. WWE, get the ideas of your fucking people like you used to. Vince, seriously, I'm telling you right now, you guys need to listen to that thing that I put out to you. I know Bobbitt's sleeping again. Put that thing out to you guys. I'm telling you, you will like, wow, it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. He's talking about, and if you have not seen it, his Bruce Blitz. Go listen to his top 10 reasons why AEW will fail. Now, I said AEW because that's the title in the fucking video.
Yes.
However, you look at what wrestling is today, and you see everything he is talking. He says, I am talking. Well, he doesn't say it, but you can kind of see it in hear it in his tones. It's just wrestling today in general. It is dying because CGI allows for people or things, entertainment itself. If WWE would get away from the entertainment aspect of wrestling, they'd probably be okay. That's how I think that AEW can succeed if they combine all three aspects, if you understand my aspects of wrestling, my philosophy, my thinking, promo, wrestling, work, and what's the other one? Ability. Well, no, wrestling does count as ability. So it's three.
I was gonna say.
So in order for you to be the top guy, and crossover, they need the AEW. They need a crossover star. Right now, they do not have one. You can argue Chris Jericho, but do you think Chris Jericho can do both? The man's almost 50 fucking years old. I don't think he can. He's not as big of a star as The Rock or John Cena. I love Chris Jericho. His wrestling ability is great. But as far as being a, what do you call it? A crossover like The Rock, they don't have that. And those are the people that they have to reach, is those casual fans that don't know anything about wrestling. Because those people that do know about wrestling and say, oh, it's just another wrestling company, why in the fuck do I care about them? That's where AEW is going to have a real challenge. And I get it. Everybody's excited about AEW. And this is why I wanted everybody to, slow the fuck down on this AEW thing, guys. I get it. You're excited. It's something new. But you have to think about what AEW has to do. They're going to get their TNT viewers, but TNT, if you go look at their ratings, I don't know what shows are good on there. They have basketball. But do you think they're going to put AEW on over basketball? Hell no. Hell no. Basketball is a bigger sport or a sell than wrestling is right now. And you can't tell me any fucking different. You can't. I want AEW to... I'm going to watch it. I'm going to be one of those guys that's probably going to watch it just because it's new. It's something different. But I'm a wrestling fan. You've already got me. You've got to get those people that are not wrestling fans, that don't know wrestling. And that's what people are missing. Wrestling is a dying breed, everybody. I know we went off on a tangent because Bobbitt's sleeping again. But we went off on a tangent. I'm just kidding, Bobbitt, even though he is. We went off on a tangent. But I want everybody to understand. We'll talk more about this tomorrow. I went off on a tangent, but you have to understand that it's going to take a lot more than just AEW coming on the map. It's going to take a lot more than that. Yeah, they might know, hey, this is what we think is a good idea. But are you sure it is? Just because you're getting a Chris Jericho, just because you're getting a Kenny Omega, because I'm going to be straight up honest with you, I watch New Japan. I like Kenny Omega's in-ring ability. He's not a very good promo guy. And that guy says exactly the same thing I'm thinking. I'm like, oh my God, this guy thinks exactly like I do. I don't want wrestling to die. But it's happened before. Remember, was it like right after 1990?
It was just before this Rumble. There wasn't much.
Like wrestling took a really bad dive. Like 1992, 1991. Nobody was watching.
Yeah.
Nobody cared. And then all of a sudden, 1995 rolled around. People still weren't watching. There really wasn't that much. 1996.
That's when things started to get more real.
This is where, and we've talked about this before. 1996 is where it really kicked up. the NWO, they came out with something new. It was different. It was reality based, like real life bullshit.
And nobody could believe that Hogan turned.
And nobody could believe that Hogan would do what he did because it was Hogan. It was Hulk Hogan.
Say your prayers, eat your vitamins, and drink your milk.
And then, it went from there, and you seen where it went. After Stone Cold Steve Austin had left, you kind of seen it starting to dip. But they got a break. John Cena shows up. He carries the company for a little bit, and that's when they took off. That's when they started making money. They're like, oh, we got The Rock, we got John Cena, we can make movie stars. Let's go into the movie business. Why do you think WWE's making billions now?
Well,
it's not because of the fucking wrestling.
All because of Lionsgate Theaters.
It's because of the fucking movies and the fucking music and all that other shit. They make more money and off their what do you call it? Their merchandise. They don't make their money off of wrestling anymore. Wrestling's just there.
Yep, they got the reality TV shows.
They got the reality TV shows. See, people seem to forget all that shit. And I'm with everybody that, God, WWE doesn't put out good product. No, they don't. Because I don't watch the reality-based shows. I don't. I have not. I've never... I sat down and I literally watched one episode of it for 5 minutes of the Total Divas. And I'm like, I have got to change the channel. But I could not change the channel. It was a fucking train wreck. It put me to fucking sleep. So it's like, that's where I am with it, but AEW, you have to remember, they have to build a fan base. Yeah, there's going to be the what do you call it? The base. You're going to have fans like me. You're going to have the fans that like the indies. You're going to have those hardcore wrestling fans. You're never, ever, ever going to lose them. Ever. You're never going to lose them. The ones that you need to get are the fans like Bobbitt, because he's sleeping. Bobbitt, wake up. But we'll talk more about that tomorrow. I probably have to go back and watch this because I went on a fucking 15-minute rant and pull that from, so that's what I'm going to do. But yeah. Bobbitt.
Yes.
Did you get a good nap in? Do I put you to sleep?
Oh, I wasn't trying to, trust me.
So I put you to sleep. It's all right.
Yeah.
Well, fuck you too. Fucking asshole. He just said I put him to sleep. Makes me look like an asshole, doesn't it? But yeah, so, I mean, what does everybody else think? We can talk about it tomorrow, but what does everybody else think?
No, I agree with him.
Yeah, I was going to say, what WWE is doing now because of Disney and the Fox deals and the family-friendly stuff, AEW is going to go, I think, in another direction with more edgier content.
Okay, but here's the thing. You can go, and I'm going to stop you there. You can go with edgier content, but is that really going to sell?
Well, it depends on who's actually watching. If you want ones that want the intergenders.
Okay, so you're talking, but Ronnie, you're talking about the hardcore wrestling fans.
Yes.
You're not talking about, how are you going to get new viewers? That's the thing that AEW is going to have to fight. I get what you're saying. If they can go with edgier content, I get it. But a new wrestling fan is going to look at that and be like, so I could just watch Young and the Restless and get the same thing. You know what I mean?
They do have former writers of Young and the Restless. So.
I'm just saying. I mean, you can say edgier content. You can say that they're going to have better wrestling. Okay, that's fine too. But how is that going to interest new wrestling, new fans into the product? See, that's the challenge that they're going to have. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand that, but if you've got someone that is new to wrestling and starts watching WWE and sees, okay, this is some wrestling, we've got some funny skits, we've got the matches are not like hardcore style. They're wrestling, but then they're wrestling the same people over and over again. Where if AEW's coming in, we know we're going to get more than likely the intergender matches. We're going to get some hardcore style. We're going to get the lucha with the flipping, which some people are into that aspect of it. And then you're also going to have the older, like Chris Jericho. You're going to have the Kenny Omega. You're going to have
Kenny Omega's young, Ronnie.
I know he's young, but I'm saying that's like the older, as in wrestling, for how long he's wrestled, compared to these young luchas that they're bringing in and the younger tag teams that they're bringing in. They're bringing with the women, the ones that I kind of know. I mean, I know they're bringing some in from that OVW. I know they're bringing some in from that New Japan that I really haven't seen. But compared to what WWE has, the women are more wrestle-based versus shake my ass base.
Okay, I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this. Name one fucking star that's going to keep me interested in AEW. Name me one star, because Kenny Omega cannot cut a fucking promo. I am sorry. I like Kenny Omega inside of the fucking ring, but that guy sucks at promos. His tagline is good night and goodbye. It's thank fucking God. Because, again, his in-ring ability is fan-fucking-tastic. His promo ability is shit. It is terrible.
See, and I think that's where with using Jericho right now, because I know he's older and his wrestling ability is not like it used to be, but that's where I think his promos are going to come in. And with him doing the promos and then Kenny with the wrestling, because he, like you said, with the promos, he's really not that good on that. And then depending upon who they sign later on, I guess, down the road, you still got the Young Bucks.
And again, they're nothing but high spot super kick party guys.
Yep.
That's all they give you.
But I mean, mixing it up with the talent, I know they wrestled a lot with the New Japan, and just seeing, because with watching that Being the Elite, because Austin got me into watching that, I kind of started at the very start of like their current, and then I went backwards. But seeing how they have progressed up in everything that they have done, and I understand, yeah, they are more of the high spots in that, but they're going to be mixing it up with the like normal base tag teams. They've got the high flyers in there. They've got the New Japan. They've got the luchas, it looks like, that they're bringing in. So you kind of got a mix of a little bit of everything.
Okay, you can have, okay, my thing is, you can have a mix of everything, but you have to have, and Chris Jericho is not that guy that can give you that, oh, we're going to get 5 million people watching us, because that's what they need. If they're, and I'm not talking about competing with WWE.
Or they're just going to make it period.
If they're going to make it period, they have to find that person that can cross over like a Rock or a John Cena that can wrestle like The Rock, not John Cena, that can wrestle like The Rock, and that can do both. Not be a full-timer, not be a part-timer, but be there. If that makes sense. I understand all the different aspects of wrestling. You can give me lucha libre, you can give me a super kick party, you can give me a 25-star match, but at the end of the day, who on that roster is going to give me viewers?
Only person that's going to give them any kind of viewers right away is going to be Chris Jericho, unfortunately. And
at the beginning.
Right away. Like I said, right away, he's going to be the one to get them the views right the fuck away.
Yep.
However, if they want long-term status, because he has already said he is not going to be full-time for them ever, because of the fact that he's coming to the end of his career.
Yeah.
His own words, people. They're going to have to look into somebody like Cody Rhodes' new best friend, Stephen Amell, Green Arrow.
But he's the only one. He might possibly be, but he's not there.
No, he's not.
See,
Green Arrow is doing so well.
If he comes in there, then they have a chance.
Yes,
but they have to be sure that this guy can be world championship material, because again, you look at The Rock and you look at John Cena, they can do that.
Stone Cold Steve Austin as well.
Stone Cold Steve, but then again, you got to remember back in the Attitude Era, it was all about wrestling. But
yes, but you know what? He has eventually made the crossover to movies.
We'll actually talk. We'll get into more of this tomorrow. I promise you. We'll talk about this tomorrow. I just wanted to give you that's a little teaser. Everybody on the panel, I do want you to watch that video. I do want you to watch that video and listen to what he said. And I understand exactly what he's saying, because ultimately, and it's not just WWE, you can have a John Cena, you can have a Rock, but guess what? If you don't have people that want to watch you because of the shit you're getting, and I don't think it's going to get any better for AEW, because they don't have. They're going to be live just like WWE. It's not going to be recorded. They can't edit shit. Without the CGI, because that's what everybody wants to fucking see nowadays. And you don't get that with wrestling. It's another thing. That's what I'm talking about. The effects of wrestling. Wrestling, you can only do so much. We'll talk about other aspects of it too. I promise. And
I was going to say, I have a name, but I know it'll probably all make y'all cringe.
Who's that? Go ahead.
I know that he has flat out said no. I know they have pushed for possibly signing him, but CM Punk comes to mind.
He's done wrestling. He is done wrestling. People think that he might have shown up at that event, but that was to help out a friend.
Right, and I understand that, but that is, and I know Tony Khan has come out and stated he has offered him, and that's who he wants. And I don't know if there may be a point where he says yes, and if he does, that to me, like I said, Chris Jericho right now, because he's only going to be so much longer in the business, but Punk's going to be the same way too.
Well, again, I'm going to go back to this. CM Punk is not that guy that's going to get you 5 million viewers or more viewers, and it's going to be sustainable for a long period of time. That's the thing. You can say you're going to get if CM Punk shows up on AEW, you got the hardcore fans. Fuck, you should already have the hardcore fans.
Just because of Cody Rhodes.
The fucking casuals don't even... Casuals, yeah, I'm pretty sure they know who he is, but if he shows up, they're going to be like, oh, what does he do? Do you see what I mean?
Right.
Because CM Punk, really, I like CM Punk. He was good on the mic. Was his wrestling ability decent? Yes. I wouldn't say that he's that guy that's going to give me a hard-on to watch AEW. I just don't see it.
I think what they could do, since they're going to be at the MGM, they can shoot him out of a cannon over the fountains.
Well,
Bring him
that
that way.
might goddamn happen.
That might just happen.
This cannon thing, I think, is getting over. I really do. But we'll talk more about it tomorrow. We actually discuss it, and we, on Bobbitt's channel, where we actually get it. I'm actually gonna, and I agree with his top 10. I really do. I want you guys to watch it and then tell me what you think. Yeah, he's kind of bitter about something. I don't know what it is. He essentially says wrestling is dead. It's dying. And AEW will not survive because of it.
Well, and honestly, you can compare this because Bobbitt, Heather, and I talk about it. You can compare it to NASCAR. NASCAR's dying out.
Of course, and that's another thing. It's one of those things. I mean, I don't know where wrestling took a left fucking turn with the production value that they can give you today. Yes, a lot of it has to do with the advancement of what they can do in movies. I hate to say it, but he compares it to it, and you will understand what I mean when you listen to it. I'm probably really bad at the analogy, but
Sure.
he explains it very well as to. All I got to say is Hulk Hogan, Incredible Hulk. Lou Ferrigno, and Hulk Hogan. That's the comparison that I want you to think about really hard. You put them two next to each other.
Exactly
Who's the
same.
bigger star? Back in the 80s, who's the bigger star? I'm asking.
Hogan.
Hogan.
Which Hogan?
Hogan.
Oh,
Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan.
okay. So what does that tell you about today? If I was to put Mark Ruffalo, Incredible Hulk, next to Hulk Hogan, who's the bigger star?
Well, here's the even bigger thing.
I'm asking that question.
It's gonna be the Hulk, but you know what? Mark Ruffalo. But to further your point, people sat there and changed in the Wikipedia page, Triple H versus Drax.
See, and that's the ultimate point that I'm trying to get across. That is where people's mentality is today. They want to see in wrestling. They want to see Iron Man fly into the fucking ring ultimately, and you are never gonna fucking see that. That right there cost a lot of fucking money for somebody to fucking do, and that's what's gonna kill wrestling.
Well,
It's not just the Avengers, and no, that's not why I hate the fucking Marvel comics. But that is ultimately what is going to kill wrestling is movies. The movies that we have today is ultimately, and he says it. You go look at it, and listen to that video, and that's what I got from it. So, yeah, we'll talk about it though tomorrow. I want you guys to watch the video, and I'll take what you guys have to think off of it. That being said, Bobbitt, this was probably your second favorite. He's fucking sleeping. Second favorite match. I mean, I know we did one, but it wasn't as good as this one. This one was actually entertaining, where we just went off on shit. This is why I hate long matches, though. But whatever.
Hey,
This is Bobbitt's favorite match, second favorite match, even though I still think Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels was better.
It was a better decision, yes.
Oh yeah. It's just, at the time I didn't know that my laptop was doing updates. That's why nobody could hear me.
Don't make excuses. You fell asleep. It's alright.
Monday. I was mad at it.
But that being said, we're gonna end the stream here, Bobbitt. You know I'm just fucking with you. I love you.
I know.
So with that being
I love
said,
you, JP.
I want to thank everybody for being here. Ronnie, thanks for and Ronnie, I do want you to watch. Are you gonna be here tomorrow?
Yeah,
Okay, we'll talk about it. I do want you to watch that video.
I will.
Just watch it and tell me what you think, and we'll actually go through. We'll try to go through 10 of them. There's not much to talk about that I really care about in WWE right now because the last 3 shows have been absolute fucking garbage. But Yeah.
Yep. Good thing there's no hockey tonight. I'll just do the
Oh,
homework.
there is no hockey?
There's just this. This is the only game tonight. And then
Okay.
tomorrow there's none at all. So.
Okay. Fair enough. All right. Sounds good. With that being said, we'll be on Bobbitt's channel tomorrow. Bobbitt is rebranding himself from what I'm hearing. He's probably going to have a reveal here in a few days. He seems pretty excited about it because he was like fucking acting like a little schoolgirl last night. So we'll see what he has, and it's not happening tomorrow. It's probably happening Sunday. I don't know why it's Sunday, but whatever.
Whatever.
So that being said, I'm gonna end it here. Trek, you'll be around tomorrow or no?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, okay then.
Sounds good. Bobby, you'll of course you better be.
It's your channel, dude.
It's
You
your
better
channel.
fucking be here.
It's his channel.
So, I want to thank
Well,
everybody for
I
showing
won't
up.
be.
What?
We'll be in until 7:30 because I got to work till 7 tomorrow.
So you'll be here as soon as we start the show. That's not a problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We can hold the fort down. It's
You
not a
can
big
hold-
deal.
Or
Okay.
we can start at 8 your time. With this Friday.
All right.
All right. So actually 8 o'clock, 7 Central instead of 6:30. So with that being said, you guys have a great night, and we will talk to you tomorrow over on Bobbitt's channel. Have a great night, everybody. Wendy.
Brown was the only one.
I'll be there in a second.